Land title companies do dumb stuff sometimes. Now, to be fair to land title companies, land surveyors also do dumb stuff. It's probably safe to say that land surveyors do more dumb stuff than land title companies. But we're going to pick on land title companies in this video today. I will do other videos, and I have done other videos where I talk about the dumb stuff land surveyors do. But today we're going to pick on land title companies. You need to know about the dumb stuff that land title companies do if you're involved in commercial real estate or land development, because the dumb stuff land title companies do can cost you a lot of money. So it's really important. And you need to learn about that dumb stuff that land title companies do so that you can be a smarter customer or an advocate for your client or customer. So that's why we're going to do this video. We're going to do this video, and we're going to do some other videos about the dumb stuff that land title companies do, so you can learn about it and you can prevent that kind of dumb stuff on your commercial real estate transaction or your land development project. Now, I want to give a disclaimer right here at the front of the video, and I'll probably do this every time I do one of these videos. Sometimes people think that I hate title insurance companies. That's not true. I know a lot of really good people in the land title industry. And sometimes people think when they listen to my videos that I don't think title insurance is necessary. That's not true either. So I just want to say right here at the beginning, every single commercial real estate transaction should have land title insurance from a good land title company. You should have adequate coverage, the right kind of coverage from a good land title company. You shouldn't pick your title company or your title insurance based on low bid. That's a mistake. But having said that, you don't want to buy garbage. You don't want to buy garbage land title insurance, and you want to make sure that your land title company is doing their job, is doing the job that you paid them to do. And so that's important. So in this particular example, this is a real life story. All of the videos we do in this series will be drawn from real life. So this was a transaction that a surveyor that I had trained was working on. It wasn't for my company. He works for a different organization now, but he called me to get some help. So he was working on this commercial real estate transaction, and he needed some help. And so he called me up. He says, "Can you give me some help with this deal I'm working on?" I said, "Yeah, what's the problem?" He said, "Look," he said, "I'm trying to draft," or COGO, we call it COGO, but he was trying to draw the land description from his parcel using the land description of the parcel that was in the title report. So let me just stop there. Every time you buy title insurance, you get a report from the title company that explains what kind of insurance coverage you're getting. And part of the title report is a legal description, a land description of the parcel that's being insured. And so the surveyor said, "Hey, I can't get this description for the parcel that's in the title report. I can't get it to geometrically close." And that's a problem. Surveyors, we don't like that when that happens. And so I immediately asked him, I said, "Hey, why are you trying to draw the land description in the title report? That's not what we are supposed to do." I said, "You should be using the land description that's in the vesting deed." And he said, "Well," he said, "the reason I'm using the description in the title report is because the description in the vesting deed is old, and there's a couple lines in the description that I can't read. It's not legible." And that happens sometimes. He said, "But the description in the title report had the missing courses. And so I was using that, but I can't, it didn't, the shape of the parcel didn't close by several hundred feet." I said, "All right." I said, "Well, you got a problem." I said, "Call the title company and ask them where they got the missing courses for the land description that's in the title report. Maybe they have a better copy of the deed or an older copy of the deed, and then that's what you need to get." So he called the title company, and the title company told him that they had basically just gone on to Google Earth and roughed in some dimensions for the couple of missing courses in the land description, and they had just added that to the land description that was in the title report. Now that's a pretty big deal. It's a super big deal. So that's when you call the title officer a son of a slimy salamander, right? That was a bad move. So why was this dumb? That was a really dumb thing for the title officer to do. And then this is a dumb mistake that made it into a title report on a major multi-million-dollar commercial real estate transaction in Central California. So why was that dumb? I'm going to give you 5 reasons why that was a really dumb thing for the title officer to do. Okay. So the first thing was the land title company didn't disclose to the surveyor or the client that they had made that change. They didn't tell anybody there was a problem in the deed or that they had modified the description in the title report. They just made the change and snuck it in the title report. Now, I'm not saying that was malicious or intentional, but it's not the first time I've seen that happen. I've seen that happen over and over again in my 20-year career, where the land title company will make a change like that to the description of the insured parcel, and they will not tell me or the client, and that's somewhat shady. If the title company is going to change the description of the insured parcel from the description that is in the vesting deed, then they should disclose that to the surveyor and to the buyer. So that was the first reason why it was dumb. They didn't disclose it. The second thing is they didn't tell anybody that there was a problem with the grant deed. So they saw the problem, they came up with what they thought was a fix that covered their rear end, and then they didn't tell anybody else about the problem. All right, that's a title company that's not looking out for their client's best interests, right? They should have waved the flag and said, hey, we think there might be a problem here with this description in the vesting deed. Let's talk about how we get that fixed. So they didn't disclose. That was the second problem. The third problem was they introduced bogus data into the description in the title report. Those distances from Google Earth were worthless. I know that because the parcel didn't close by several hundred feet, right? So yeah, you got an amateur there, doesn't understand what they're doing. You know, they get on Google Earth, they think they're a surveyor because they got a satellite photo, and they're really mucking things up, right? That was just dumb, 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 dumb. Never should have happened. The fourth reason why it was a dumb thing for the title company to do that was they didn't offer the client any real solutions. You know, there are ways to fix that. You go back in the chain and try and find a different copy of the document that has the courses that are missing, or you do a survey to see if you can figure out the missing courses that way, or you do a quiet title action. I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do. Throwing in some bogus distances from Google Earth is not one of them. So the title company didn't offer any real solutions to solve the problem. Now here's the dumbest thing of all. This is number 5. I think in that case, the land title company exposed themselves to some unnecessary liability. Right? Now they've got a shape that doesn't close. They've got these bogus measurements in the description of the insured parcel. That was just dumb. They didn't help themselves. So they didn't help their client, they didn't help the boundary surveyor, and they didn't help themselves, right? It was really dumb all the way around. So what are the lessons? Title companies do dumb stuff sometimes. Doesn't mean it's malicious or intentional or that you shouldn't get title insurance. Doesn't mean any of those things, but it means they make mistakes and they do dumb stuff just like surveyors do dumb stuff. So hire a good boundary surveyor and have them keep an eye on your title company, right? That's part of the value I bring to a commercial real estate transaction. It's part of the value that other good boundary surveyors bring. And then have your boundary surveyor that you hire, have her check the land description in the title report against the land description in the vesting deed and have her tell you if there's any differences. If there is one word different between those two descriptions, you want to know why, you want to know why the title company changed it, and you need to know if there's an underlying problem that needs to get addressed before you close your transaction or move forward with your development project.